the cotton and wax fire starters, I use the cotton makeup remover pads you can find at most Walmarts, any drugstore, and in the cotton balls, well, obviously just 100% cotton balls. But do make sure you get the non-threaded ones, and it's 100% pure cotton. The containers for the discs, that's a small peanut butter jar with a red lid, red for fire. And the red medicine one is actually my dog's medication. Again, red, perfect, fire. All right, guys, real quick, this is my setup for melting the wax. Please take caution, do this outside. I'm out in my little patio area. I have a hose literally 3 feet next to me. If you're going to do this inside, I would suggest in a garage with an open door and a fire extinguisher. Again, this is flammable material. If you take this and, you know, overheat this will at some point hit its flash point and go. And it's also hot wax, so use gloves. Learn that the hard way. All right, basically, this is the Dollar Tree. Found this. These were $1 a piece. And basically, they are kind of like Sterno, but it's actually a liquid. And they got a little wick. And I light that. And I put my little hardware cloth on. A little tuna can. Cut up some Gulf wax in pieces, melt it. Use gloves or you know, a pot gripper. Take it off, whatever you need. Gloves are fine. This is just standard hardware cloth that you get, and that's what it's called, hardware cloth. They come in 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch, and I think even 1 inch grids. And basically, you kind of cut it down. You can see what I did there. Just folded the top over a little bit. You can literally buy this by the foot. Comes in like 24 inches high, 36 4 feet. You can buy it by the foot, 10-foot rolls, I think 25-foot rolls, and 50-foot rolls. Just buy a foot of it, a couple of bucks. Gulf wax, Walmart, $3.12. I've also bought at the dollar store the tea light candles, the bag for $1, and melted those down to make these. Gulf wax seems to actually, for some reason, work a little bit better. Not by much, it just seems to give a little, I don't know, hotter flame. The color in the, you know, this is a little bit more yellow versus a little bit more orange on the flame. So I believe the yellow will be a little bit hotter. But again, if these things are going 10-15 minutes a piece, you should be in good shape. But that's basically the melting setup right there. Thanks. I find the easiest way to come through and get the little wick started is to come start at the top and just pull it up. You need to create surface area. This is obviously not the knife I would be using, but it's the one I have right at the moment in my pocket. And then just start very carefully. You want to pull that open, see all those little fibers? Just create surface area. Kind of slice up a little bit. Lots of surface area. Discs are kind of the same thing. I just start in kind of 5 spots, kind of an outside. Just kind of start working your way, watch your hands. Create lots of those fibers, as you can see. Lots of surface area. You can usually get this with 1 strike on a ferro rod, but you gotta get enough surface area. All right, let's see if we can't get these going with 1 or 2 strikes. One each. All right, now we'll do a little burn time, even in a good wind, as you can see. Alright, we're going to jump ahead because this is going to be a few minutes, so I'm going to sign out for now and we'll check back in a few minutes and I'll let you know how long. Okay, right now we're at about the 4.5, 5 minute mark or so. You can see the smaller one's actually starting to burn up. The cotton ball itself is the fuel, and the pad is basically looks like a little English muffin. It's basically barely brown, so it's got a while to go yet. Check back in a bit. Okay, we're at about the 7 minute mark now. I would say the large disc is, I don't know, half done, a little more. The small one's starting to fizzle, but if you turn it over and kind of flip it open, it'll kind of kick back up. There we go, into life again. Open up some more surface area. And you can see there, good little wind isn't putting those out. That thing's blowing. I'd say right now that's probably a good 10-mile-an-hour wind, 8 to 10 miles an hour. Alright, we're coming right up on about the 8.5, 9 minute mark. The small one's just about done. Get a little bit more life if we turn it over. So we'll say 9 or 10 minutes on that one. Now the thing with these is these are double pads, and what I do is I put the first pad down and I put just a little bit of accelerant in the middle. Petroleum jelly I tried, sanitizer, and chapstick, which is basically Vaseline. But because they're 2 discs, you can actually at this point probably, and now you've got 2. You can also cut these, you know, you can take your knife and split them down the middle so you have 2 separate ones to begin with. You could then even half them, quarter them, so there's 2 discs. If you put it in half and then split those, there's 4. 8, 16. You could, slice it up like a pie, and then each piece of pie, separate that from the 2 pieces of the cloth. So one of these can get you 10, 12 fires minimum, 8, 10, 12 fires, depending on how you split it up. We're coming up now, I believe. Alright, so that's the top one that was burned out, and we've still got the bottom one, which again, now flip it over or do whatever you need to do. That's still got a few minutes, so these will go, like I said, on these ones, usually I do 9 to 12 minutes. This one seems to, it's going to go 13, 14, maybe even 15. Alright, thanks guys. Hi, this has been Bushcrafting Easy and Slow today with your host Al. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like, and we'll see you on the next videos. Thanks everybody.